is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
It's not as if the president is going after and our government is going after people appointed by
Boadu.
No, the Mensah then the petition. I'm a bag man. Oh yes, a bag man. Yes, I am reminding the Attorney General said the National Service scandal. People are waiting.
And no matter the babysitter. And your Chief Justice, touch the NDC government to say, Mumma Mundinaho, NPP is good at opposition.
No. Yaa Titi afaya. Watuja ejapa ejenie. Na Yaa Titi nsema wo Kenya na se. Sami jemfina mote ho na crucify him na wakoma dollar na wama agradra dollars na crucify him no. Mo hu se no gold board and national security etimi a change their forces. Na je se wo ye edwuma na branch ene ye. Eno woni sika na oche na dollars. Munya no nye edwuma no nche dollars. Yaa Titi nsem no o se munya no nye edwuma na wonche dollars no. Na NPP for more party ni gu mu hu ye wo. Party no egu. Munya mo party ye. Na munya I say na crucify him. Now why van say edu boahin okoso ba from kra odo hu ni say a criminal wo di o mani sika I was say ye che no ai edu boahin koso ba from kra pa wo di o mani sika wo say che gold board jumedi amu di ne say nka ombehwe na omunko abeto gold omba di gold hu dwade akwa ma no ne but India fo bi ne abrofo bi ne Ghana fo bi aya so den omoda so a di gold hu dwuma eto musa so mudi awaso be hye papa
akọ we abanso said an economy da bia na dollar no ba fom ti sa da ba
ya da nyame ase ena ya won koma ahodo e wo ye nim e wo se ye to aso na ye di na ye behwe eno a gold board operation a wo mo eye na ya hwe gold board activities impact e de ema ye economy no na afi president pardon Sami Jemfi eno so yetimi e de ato aso matumi bra ne fo se ohun se busue ni biem a on katanani nipa maame no ya za agent hwe hu ye e wo ne onyo no nko a nipa binu mo ha ye sheda so mo e wo life nti e ya hwe ye pa ni experience and de nam innocent yen sha se na enram ye sure self follow gold board for activity and omo national security operation omo ye India for a wo smuggle gold out of the country any sika pudu a wo mo alodu de agu bag mu a enya Asem ke 20 wey e che se eye niam a efiri omo anim koda bia ye hu akiri ye nyina ye za niam no ya
de nika ma mencha na mencha watie for na menka se Ghana bra nyina ye because of some of these collusion and connivance between some of these external operators and some Ghanaians out of Kroma say and mo kabo and na gudia nyankopon ade adom ye o se yemfa emo ye ho bra nanka yemfa nye mo ya setena mu ensi ye no the greed of few and o connive with certain external way omo repair this country off so golda ewo Ghana ya sasim from titibesi na sometimes what tenase na obisa won say so why are we still poor the only question coming to your mind is because of greed greed that is so filthy and greed that is insatiable means a greed that you can never satisfy it and yet enti over say ya koto aba no there were a lot of questions are not running around Africa. Because say young people have becoming quite receptive and very active in politics. I'm not going to questions. When they come to resources, when they come to human resources, Africa, the richest. When they come to mineral resources, we are the richest. So how come say yen to me, and you say near my way? But questions are not because of some of this intrusion by the external powers, China, Russia, America, all of them have taken keen interest. They will tell you, say, oh, we are investing in Africa, but the truth of the matter is that we are taking away these valuable resources away, mineral resources, including human. and leaving the continent very impoverished and very poor. And we are Maya, you need to be very decisive and take some actions. At the end of the day, a bit departed from that colonial mentality, that colonial way over the years. That has been the signature playbook. Yeah, politics in this country. And Juba has some of the countries like Burkina Faso, he's taking a bold initiative to nationalize all mineral resources belonging to Burkina Faso, making sure that Neman or Moano will be used to better the life of the people. Ghana, unfortunately, because of same greed in the past, Yetimia bombarding our CD, ownership of some of these mineral resources to foreign and external powers. I know the day or minor in free royalties, and these royalties, the people at the community don't benefit. And the year in 2024, one of the conversations I Ghana for air can say this time round, Africa must own its own resources. But by of course, a government need to open negotiation with those companies and what they are making sure say we negotiate for a better deal for this country. And again, aside the big companies or Mutuno, the Akanon so getting Ghana for issue companies and as for other those mining. Some of these people have also brought in the same group for like China and other people. They are here chasing Ghanaians. So money take a wooden A to Galamsey air sensors saying so. No, we are the sad aspect of this whole thing. They say gold a yade bakwa with me a use as a reserve currency. It me usika a yatin, but. So more activities in we are these gold efforts free chroma and obien the nihu. And the one President Mahama made a promise of the gold board by Bano. I think say one of the best initiative, and I think that so far Ghana for us see who's on so because just like cocoa board. Central pooler. Every cocoa be our my munina and government in the better. I'm a government, that particular external offense, that export, Now revenue never will come directly to the central bank instead of giving that power and privilege to individuals. I know the day. Okoton gold na Sikano kra makroma, then they keep it in an offshore account somewhere. Some of the people doing this are not even Ghanaians. So Sikano a good year for kroma, but when they go and sell, the monies don't come back. China for are exporting gold right in front of us. In the past few years, Oko airport now have boxes and as for air city the shores of this country. National security for air more clearance to leave this country. We and now brand here Al Jazeera for your more documentary shocking revelations. It's one of the countries that all Togo and the central bank is buying gold as a because and they are departing from the US dollar. They want to use gold as their reserve or more added back or more currency now is stable. So consistently you see China dropping their currency, but still because of that we not warranty or mutimi etimijina. Sana as a Ghana so etiminya that gold reserve now a bit give value to your way. Now I must see are gaining some stability. In recent time yes. Investor confidence people are coming in as but don't also forget a gold board now say exporting gold and bringing in revenue. The more dollars come into this country, the value of the dollar will go down. The more dollars flow into this country, value never come from because dollar no cost when a lot of people are chasing dollars and there are few in the system. We no cost but the one or mine seek Asem the more foreign way about minuma. So you don't need to pay much for a dollar. And these are some of the basic strategies I think the government adopt here. Play well and so you want to come to this gold thing. I think this foreign influence, it will come to a time it should be zero. Not Ghana, only all the resources. It is sad to note if you go to some of the African countries, I might say DR Congo, the resources our can take care of the whole of Africa. There are some of the countries, the powerful, your friends, the mineral resources are among for here to do whatever they need. They have it. Items like uranium, one of the powerful radioactive material, among for the nuclear within as for them. Africa has a abu, but if you go to DR Congo and other countries, China, America, Russia are there fighting over, and some of these assets have even been handed over to some of the Chinese for them. They will come in the name of investment. or be hijack have a perpetual influence over to at the day, you know. If you go to some of these communities, you see poverty, and that has been the signature thing. In Ghana, for instance, if you go to the mining areas, go to Boadu, for instance, few people are rich, but the majority of the young people are living a hopeless life because there is nothing for them. Assassin no cry na with the baby, you know. Ya say no, ya poison wunsuo, and near my from our home call yam. And you're poison. You are not even benefiting from some of these things. So now that people are becoming increasingly aware, no, we need to tap into these natural resources. Now you put away greed, not that kind of selfish tendencies. Now men kwame pese mi ye kwabrani to mini foreign company could sign contract. No one a cat. Now a minor will get zero and now people are exploiting us over the years. No to near you see poor people because you have leadership and governance, and the priority is create poor masses. And always they will look up to what they will come and beg and become popular. That is a sick and very stupid mentality that we have. So politicians, most of them don't even care. Yeah, that's improving people's life. And you just keep them poor there so that they will always be shouting. But on my being who have been grow in that particular regard. Yeah. If you go to America, people wake up a day, there is a job for them to go and do. The very moment one is able to wake up to go to work, because you can't growth of economy. Yeah. It is the aggregation of all economic transactions happening within the borders and even outside the borders of the country. So the more your people are sitting at home, that economy will not grow. So you need to step for that particular economic activity just to ensure that people will wake up, they will go and work, because that transaction will what will expand in bringing the economy up. But I'm saying narrow-minded, we think about ourselves, our selfish parochial interest. We don't think to say creating opportunities for people, and then the young people who are supposed to wake up and go to work, the person that is supposed to create the job will not create. A do political party and someone you see, fortunate for us. Then said the Biamaka said, say Yanko Ponje black man go heaven, I thought that now or no kind of one. Yeah, we've been blessed with all the resources. You see,
Ivan, what's up, Senyame there?
Oh, yeah, mistake of a black man go heaven because I brought the bonnie with Timankasa because a near my yawa was I see with America, UK, and as for they don't even have half. Because when it comes to mineral resources, I was mentioned the Nibu Africa. When it comes to human resources, that is the most valuable resources of all the resources in Nipa. Yeah, youthful population for any. But besides, I didn't see poverty about the signature way of us. Because of bad governance, greed, and one person want to own it all. You understand? In recent time, look at Panya Yefaso and Ayakasa Abagalam saying, I'm for to go. Here you go, Duko. Sanka bind to me taking this decisive and bold measures and get me bringing some of this initiative in play. I'm not sure Sanka economy could do be a cocodru. Who can't say many pants? So by now, I think that President Mahama has come to understand how frustrated Ghana for years, and the kind of pressure they are exerting, and the fact is if you mess up, they will never forgive you. It doesn't matter who you are, what political party you come from, all that Ghanaians and I think that right now he's on right footing for government to take over, and within 4 years for the dollar to drop like this. Bloomberg, I say Ghana currency is the best performing currency in the whole of the whole of the world. Within this way,
for Africa.
Oh yes, the whole of the CD is really appreciating, and these things are coming because of some of these interventions that are coming play by government. So I think the gold board initiative, they need to crack down on some of these illegal miners. And I'm on for Mushe Muramutu Galan say I'm on common society and Sas and as a foreigner. Now you're making sure you channel all the gold into a central pool. But the key thing is that Ghanaians need to understand whatever that is going on, because they're talking about precious mineral. So Ghana for that is why the cynicisms and the speculations and those kind of things will build up. Because my country in politics, you don't create a vacuum. The very moment you create a vacuum, people will feel it. On monthly, quarterly basis, government need to update people on what is happening at gold board. Then I say for instance, Ghana for you now you buy your fine say, and yes sir, I'm on for you gold now. And you have to centralize all the gold, either sell or keep it as a reserve at the central bank. Now, when people come to understand, because on the other side, I listen to a lot of speculations and as far as gold lines is a few amount for some no more mobusia for akakota. These are nasty political speculation that people were spending. But now, so we dividend near crash as here there dinner. You understand? Said the gold board initiative is one of the best initiatives you can speak of as a country. It's a home pair abaya some crana. You could see says really bringing in
the results.
We really need to look at some of this initiative in the higher way. And the Yamakata says see the way better sustain here. It's not just about gold. It's about industrialization.
Okay.
So we need to take a further step. President Mahama 24-hour economy in as well. Me say adia a pivoter in all these things. When you have industries running. Without industries, you cannot run 24 hours. What I say, my first teacher for ya double a binum kwa no pa wia. My first soldier for my police for those things don't grow economy. These people provide third-party services because teacher in the Juma say on training minds.
Yeah.
Amba be Juma be no be ye. Police in the Juma say omo anam nipa omo kwaye Juma ho ban. Nipa be no ko bo ho ban if people are not working. Next you need to keep the workforce your friend saying active to work, go and work. And I say on keep up some bedding. So ni now coming to the workforce. So the workforce, you know, idea betting yama they say activate a lot of industries around this country.
Okay.
Now you making sure that we work around the clock. Say by ya Ghana ni bet me sorry say me kwa juma or kobi and some of these things will cut our foreign exports. Your friends say import in them
importation.
Whatever kwa you see the no stable this particular importation. Say ye chaswa ebema yesika no ho ayeden because sika ebe career kwa abonte say ye kokra nema na so bete we can live in a country blessed with all the natural resources and was as so yet adebia import ba kroma say doesn't even make sense. You import everything including engo, cassava, yam, rice,
tomatoes,
and some of the countries we import from Vietnam, for instance, we take about $250 million to go to Vietnam when we have vast land somewhere. All that we need to do is proper investment just to ensure that young people we incentivize them to see the need to go into some of these things. And at the end of the day, we back it with some factories, a processing plant to be a building because it doesn't take much to work in farmland and then support machineries, technology about which things away. Government need to take decisive, bold actions. We need to do it in conjunction with some of these things. And the bit economy now expand because some of this initiative whereby after 1 year, 2 years, you see that the dollar will be rising up because the dollar has always been a running currency. You can't stop it until one kasa you decide say we produce now what cut it down in the we import. And that is a strategy that China adopted survival because China is an industrial hub. They produce a lot of the things that they need. But we are minor everything you need in your country you need to export. There is no way you can stabilize your currency. The gold will offer you some kind of relief that will never be permanent. You understand? So I think that the best way is say you're making sure that now so you're springing emotion a lot of factories in and so forth. Every the 24-hour economy, I see life because that is the only way I bet to turn the economy around. So far, so good. I think government need to go ahead. Now, this guy, say foreigners, no more Hana Sebi. We need to deport all these people to go because foreigners do not have the power to come here and be doing this small scale mining now so for but of course if you was sunny area and these people have become so powerful because they were brought in by powerful politicians in this country and they feel untouchable. I know they do movie China for no come best annuano crab bibia dia ko mukrum we cannot go to China and do some of these things and then we tell ourselves that we can't do some of these things. I think we need to be very decisive. When the Ghana for are watching government with bullseye. Now, you see the destiny on social media. And show how participatory Ghanaians have become so far as politics governance is concerned. If you mess up, they won't forgive you. It doesn't matter who you are and as a forum because people have come to understand politics. They will approach it from a very dispassionate perspective. No more emotions, no more silly partisan allegiances, those kind of stuff. They will judge you based on your act. There is it me yes, trust me, we'll be able to turn the economy around here.
All right, and see where your gold board and operation on and ye do and commono. Me assure send honorable fellows of Sukache press conference in UTB concerning Yenya Samia Semia boss ye. President to say there's nothing more than the apology, the public apology. Why no? Me no amete se na expert be brain so edi ho enkomo say we nhye da nya asem bia wo senka eye dede but anya ye dede. Aha. So going forward, what are some of the lessons that we all have to pick from?
Yeah, I think say be ye dede because you see, but because of baby a free bar. Ghanaians have gone through some kind of a horrible experience so far as governance is concerned. Profligacy, arrogance, that kind of filthy kind of just a near man okay. So this is a nightmare Ghana for Katana Nika Krabi Okai. So now we've been able to change government and shifting gear to a new arena where people expect things to flow. When some of these things come up, it may not be an issue, but people will say, we didn't change for this. These are some of the things I are speaking against in the past. So when we see some of these things, so for me, the concerns raised by Ghanaians, the criticisms, everything, are legitimate. You can't begrudge anybody. So watch about what happened because the sensibility of Ghanaians. If you watch some of these things, to be very honest with you, from a very good governance perspective, and as a form morality, actors, and as a form. But you see, the good thing is, when the gentleman saw what he's done, he saw the need to apologize to the people of this country. For me, that was the changing point because to have the courage to apologize at this time. Say, I have admitted, was an act of indiscretion on my part. I apologize unreservedly to the people of this country. For me, I think that was the starting point because you see. In seminar, devil deeper into it. You cannot lay your hand on crime. Because there were people calling and saying, I'm saying that one would be like killing a mosquito with a bulldozer. Killing
mosquito with
a bulldozer and killing mosquito. You understand? People are hurt. The concern.
I'll be a press conference.
Serious. The fact is that you see, and say MPP to me courage, the moral courage at me press conference. I can't this issue. And then I begin to ask myself, where lies our conscience as people doing politics? And not any other person criticizing Samijamfi. Everybody will not complain. It's okay. You are all building government. We want things, criticisms are there to shape way. But for the MPP, a political party that supervised Ghana for $58 million sink into a hole, and they blindfolded everybody. Say nobody should talk about that particular thing. That political party, few months after, have been able to develop a moral courage to talk about this nonsense. No, they cannot. They lack it. And again, courage to apologize to the people of this country. President Akufo-Addo called national gathering. We saw the demeanor of the president, the way he was insulting and pointing fingers at the chief.
Left hand.
The man had no other option than to come out and apologize. Few months after, and the Baba, in an occasion, they were playing the same national anthem, was on her phone calling. Did you see the president apologizing? Make a meal or some Jubilee House video. The gentleman apologized when Ghanaians roared and got angry. Did the president apologize? Or we not apologize here? You see, these are a bunch of shameless cowards. Nobody should take them serious because you see, the MPP, I've told you, it's a sinking enterprise. And it seems some of them to claw back and bring on board intelligent people who will lead the party. And they've trashed and thrown away all the smart and intelligent people within the party. And they are fronting them with emotional, crybabies like some of these people. And anything nonsense within the social media and within the social space, they will visit and be talking. They do not have any moral right to be talking about some of this. Because Senka, yes, Sakeno based on the YA, fine, okay, Yan Sakeno. Then what happens to Nema Ekos in the past? Some common you don't say the Ghana near to social media. Any reasonable minded Ghanaian be our every right to be angry about what happened, to be peeved about what happened in as a forum. But this group of people, because of what they've done, they need to apologize first to the people of this country before they can go ahead and call for somebody's head. And again, this whole act in question, I think that Adeba Kwansi's generative way has to do with the woman in question. And that is why we are politicians, they need to be guided. For instance, idea way, there has been a sign before, and the minister says, "I made them feel who that sign now. If you are frank, he will never get close to this woman."
The woman.
So, Obakaya, Muntakaya program be. Amani issue card at the mark for Agrada Kwaje card way be. You saw social media.
Yeah.
Sadi Amanfosi Bashi Mutakan the Ketwa. The ministry had to issue an apology and explain as to Ghanaians Niama Adia or the man. Actually, say the party base and as most Ghanaians, and you're comfortable with this person in question. So you don't get close to this kind of a person. You understand? So Asem and wasn't because of the Sikado, wasn't because of Savija, but because of the person in question.
Involved.
What I say, and that makes the concerns being raised by the people very legitimate. By me going forward, I think that there are lessons to be learned. The Onwa who in recent times it will shape him, also make him strong, and going forward, I'm not sure something of this nature will happen. And I think that a government appointee going forward, you must be guided. Now who say once ya foul say who did a domanim no, and I will lead the charge of something, when you will be. Even your private course and as has a tendency to leak into the public space. So whatever you say in private, besides a Bible can I defend? You should be guided. You understand? And somehow, even messages you send on your phone as if have the tendency to get out then as a forum. So you should see yourself as such because you are an ambassador who a light leading government. But now Ghana are very sensitive to issues of governance and politics. Make no mistake. Now Fayam got 1990, 2000 and Ghana for years so emotionally attached to politics. I say, oh, my party in India. I told the idea the channel. No.
Is it the obwa?
Yes. Samidam issue by the people who are even criticizing them more were people on NDC platforms. What I say, how receptive Ghanaians have become very conscious of issues of politics. We are government appointee. Now who said now going forward, we are not dealing with gullible folks, and I say gullible individuals are minimum left from their right. We are talking about right, deep-minded individuals that they understand issues of politics. Anything they are ahead to their sensibility, they will talk about it. And then we don't need TV station. You just social media. Platforms are available. You understand? I'm for better also. And we a government official be guided. We need to be very guided because in recent times, people good. Now, no, not catch you. We a government official now to office. Now, Obi be officer or be so who said the person is not coming because of you. The person is coming because of the office. Because office is not the person will not come there. So be nice to people. If you can do you can't solve everybody's problem. But sometimes all that you need to do is to just listen to people, just assure them, just go home. Don't be rude to people because you see the entire power and say power to help people, to solve problems every day. Now I didn't tell what it to me about. People will come and harass you because leadership is about daily, every day, who solve problems, attending to people, and it's the reason why we are there. We need to learn some of these things very quickly and know how to deal with people. The way people show people in that kind of way, it will come back. Use the time now when you're as a government official to me be when you're to make positive lasting impact in the life of people. Sebeya ukotran chen obi be kasa abrante we ni ho papa we ni ho because da bia meka kwa me nkroma din a waje da bia me no te ayebo ne din enye because osidan or East Legon. Because who cares if you own 40 houses in Legon, you have East Legon. Now they never them be. Even if you are the richest person in Ghana, you can't feed everyone. Until an animal said the poorest person in Ghana is not ODD and it's a TV home and if you are not phone baby told you he doesn't care whether you own 40 houses or anywhere. All that you need to do is a power and make positive impact, and that is exactly what Nkrumah did. And then we cannot say Nkrumah fear, but the guy is all over because of the legacy he left. It transcended beyond generation. He's living in textbooks. He's living in our phones. He's living in our memories because of what he does, what he did. It is not about you having money. You're arrogant. You see, weak-minded people become arrogant when they see money because to them, money is the only thing they can attach to themselves to make them feel relevant. If you are relevant, you don't need money to be relevant. You understand? Nipa respect you. One of my kro bi hu or to come when I'm from what me jina bachiao. What I say? It means that we are somebody. You don't need cash to be doing all these things. So unya to me, serve people right. Be good to people. Kotumi na wanyano, we are dang influencer. And a Rollins be 21 years, absolute power and now Shafomo Jana Wuno. Kuvo hefa. Otinifie. Oh, here will be cramming up one and some obetime move from one place to another. That is life for you. So whenever you get power, make sure that you shape and make positive impression in the life of people. Make positive impact. Build people, not building houses. At the end of the day, you know, you can be proud and say, maybe I've been able to put this number of young people, I've raised them up to this level. Not about the number of houses in so far. Who cares about the number of houses you have? Yeah. So I think that this is the kind of messenger I say yes, Sunday, especially to most of the young people who've gotten the opportunity to be in government. It is an opportunity to make positive impact. It is an opportunity to leave an indelible imprint on the minds of people. It is not about throwing words around and I have this, I have this. At the end of the day, you know, we don't care. Me, I don't care if you own the whole of Accra. It's not my business. You understand? My priority is to ensure, say, the average and the ordinary Ghanaian will wake up a day, and that person will not be a beggar. The person will have decent living, something out in some basis. So, he doesn't need to go and follow honorable and beg them. Honorable now company say not bema one man wa bro so 2000 put say when you 200 and 500 obema we offices amount for ekoba left and right say na benya na nipa no so ono kwado do say no wa no so sesama amount for what I say make sure say we create incentive and opportunities young people betimi take advantage no so building a life na sabi obetimi akwaba when people begin to have some of these things they will not need anybody they can go near politics yes na pa choka for years in because of dodo na the ombedi ni do because one yes and man na ontimi for na bobi nkasa maka bia ma what I say but if these people the energy and the strength the wisdom and the expertise that they have no yet me invest in something productive and something very valuable or that's around apa are you occupied with what America that's around apa wala na wo dwene ho say be bom wo kwa aduma because we later onu supervisor our Asem what time so how many hours extra hours abetimi aye these are things people are thinking about not na me be free phones no my year no we need to be guided and making sure say going forward the culture say governance politics and your business as usual ye na ye making sure say ye be ye amanipa anya ho impact na ye offend people because offend in nsem na ye burugu so nipa kan ye mfie omo no and dey akufo ado we ye baaye no let us serve people right exhibit positive attitude be good to people they making sure say akwanya na omodi amaye a privileged position be na omodi amaye to serve and honor ye dey serve nipa na nya say wo na wo so na wako school na no
ona aye krachi animade ye
I think that's an man way. There has been a number of criticisms and your friends say concerns about na me free way on fan who we on fan as for we see some of these things we a politician now this an man show brabasia overperforming them because politics you need human beings. You don't lose power then that is when you reconnect. You understand that obi from now what time fact nipa no say
it doesn't change anything.
Feed the person.
You cannot feed no.
Yeah. And nipa no offer no before obe from no you no feed no.
Yeah.
What I say? What did you for them? Could have been be seen there to call now one fan no doesn't mean so needy. So we need to be smart and very intelligent and address some of these things because the very moment you are there as a leader, people will come to you.
Yeah.
What you fear? No, people were not coming to you because you are a leader. So they are not coming to you because of you. They are coming because of the office. Because tomorrow when you leave, they will come to the next occupier.
Oh yes.
What I said, where you become irrelevant. So you see, when you are smart and you understand some of these things, you know how to deal with people.
All right, George Amankwe Champo say Ivan all the way. Kutanko. I say within 4 months, not 4 years. Oh, sorry, send you. I think okay, 4 months. Yeah, I know from Tracy Mensah. Oh, say thank you, Ivan Francis. Ajiwaya. Oh, sorry. Mamodini ya fachebe waida. Obidin diye yemunti. Or say a party leadership should consider giving communication officer to this guy if it is true that Same is not going for it again. Now, Ivan also about partisan politics there. Well, I don't know. On country. I also prepared the second was Ivan Innocent one back is a great analyst, very sensible guy with common sense. Ebenezer Mokto was here. Oh, I'm always satisfied whenever I see Mr. Innocent because he's so brilliant. May God bless you, yeah, for bringing him every Thursday. We need Innocent twice a week. Bring me money. Let me pay his transportation. Tracy Ama thumbs up Ewa and Simon Oko or say my man is on fire. Tracy Mensah or say NPP still get mouth to talk. Simon Oko or say impressive submission. All right, yenwe wo Edubuahin. Me sure so follow the case na court this week, you know. Attach ya say near more, you know, the attorney general de no. One way your bema na bo bunkrophobia be security issue. Na sika no waba breakdown baby sika ni bi kokoye. Em say the who breakdown by the free Ghana water. Na ekọ ne personal account. Eno pe na breakdown my na mom dia aka ne de wa chiche mu ache say na honorable Agaga so abeka say committee in parliament no assisi can be called hono baseless and it doesn't have any merit because it can be a ma wo answer na wo pass sa law no and as sa act no. So Innocent we on that.
Yeah, I told you so these guys are jokers playing on the minds of people. Even classified CIA documents quite leaky about man for a kind WikiLeaks. How many classified US government documents and not leaky about one thing?
Oh, leaky.
You've been branded a criminal because of your criminal engagement, criminal activities. You've been hauled before court. It's up to you to defend yourself. Yeah. So at this time, no, people are throwing you your fans saying away. If you have any defense, you don't caution. Whatever defense be or when you pan also did now they no can be also with the Sika finance NDC application. Also the Sika parliament and all of them have come out to refute some of these allegations. Nippon are the Sika man evidence and you see my catch is a politics now, a man for a swallow on emotions, whatever other people say, no, NDC NPP, no, who's a answer number to uncle baby. Because people think, because any reasonable person will not see value in this nonsense that this guy was pushing there. Because the fact of the matter is, you have cloned the government account, you have transferred money. Why is he not explaining where he got money to buy those estate buildings? About Utimeko or kind dime bomb 29 or what you where did you get the money from? And other foreign your friends say, no man, what to talk. Has he been able to attach here is a serious joke? I'm telling you. You see, all this one I had a lot of respect for him because of a lawyer. But in recent time, because of Nema Air Coso and Anseba Mokano, and now they think that they are talking to gullible individuals. I hear me left from your right. And now they think we are fools. So they can just spend anything and get away with it. I think these guys should cut us some slack there. We are not gullible people. You see, Nema and Air Coso, they are just trying every possible means to wriggle out, just to find a way. Because my culture is a chroma yet, issues back. Now we are the NDC NPP. I don't know the media will visit on it. I saw some of the big media houses visiting on some of this. Oh, or the Sika Koma or Sika. I don't care if you finance John Mahama. Yeah. John Mahama Sika not the back of mouth here. So I do what I can on the manner. I don't care. What I know is that you are a thief. You have been caught. Monies were given to you to go and buy priority equipment, surveillance, and so forth. You diverted these monies into your personal account. That alone is criminal. And you saw within the intelligence community, they could say, let us create an account. I have transfer. People might not know say way, but in that particular way, you need clearance from the National Security Council. There hasn't been such clearance. Was it? Oh, many National Security Council transfer and somebody bet me. I lose the back trace of the account into me create your account. You created an account and made your friend say one kasa way wife. Yes, that is criminal. That is criminal. A wife and national security. Exactly. A wife by your signature to a national security account. And again, we saw transfers moving from your account to other account, buying properties here and there. These are some explanations that Ghanaians want because my country is a politics, It's not about what the Attorney General will say. Ghana for people are reasonable. They read, they understand things. Niamana air cost, a debena a buying so and I said once information ben a year just to clarify the doubt about for all my dream. You are not the most sensitive part of this issue. The guy was buying properties here and there. Sikano Nyano Hefa. And these are things. So I think that the Attorney General should stay focused. Atachi and Co, they are old cargoes. They've lost their essence of relevance. And then Ghana for 2 or more, when even within his own party, he was shown the hesitance for. That tells you how incompetent this guy were. You see, Ghana government should be focused and stay on track. Now you who said the way a manner things are going, you know. Ghana for want accountability. But I just say, the John Mahama bank we see Ghana Libya, a top plane mo bia na one chinku for young Guma. Ghanaians will never be satisfied. And they will never forgive him. We need to make sure that these criminals go to jail. And I'm happy, General. That sky train we know I ready. I know so court. Train at the numbers as we need be now more than also create train the for him. Yeah. Asem will make sense. Now you have a Tana board chairman, professor, more alpha pen the paper. Now our science of Matthias here, Monkoye train and then when you know the train and numbers as to cry in Nibi. What kind of school now call what? No. And yet sometimes you begin to ask yourself that your school because we are supposed to be sensible, very reasonable, very considerate. And Nehemiah Biana must reflect, say we are reasonable human beings. You understand?
Yeah.
But to say young sky train, I know the day you have transferred the money into an offshore account to go and buy shares in another company. This is government money. People must answer for some of these things. And there are several crimes. So attach or defend some of this nonsense. He should begin to offer explanation as to why some of these things. And guy na ya can answer the crime no, it's not just national security.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are similar other criminal engagement like that.
Ghana Water Company.
Anything about it because how can Ghana Water Company create an account? You own them providing services. The money they will also pay into his personal account. How can you do that? So some of these cases, and yet alone.
Yeah.
Whoever that was authorizing that payment from his account, from government account to his personal account, when he was not the one providing this service, these people need to be rounded up to answer questions. Then the National Service Scheme, you see that particular issue is becoming cold. Because one of the foremost issues coming up got Ghanaians very angry. I am reminding the Attorney General said the National Service scandal. People are waiting, and then this joker has the M-form to stand before people say, yes, you should be behind bars.
Yeah.
Because of your criminal engagement in Asem. You see, these people do some of these things to throw Ghanaians off gear. Unfortunately, they always get the media to drive along.
Yeah.
Now, I listen to some of the media houses and so everybody and the ECG container. Issue. What's all these issues, the central way. Oh, Samijamfi. But the key issues now, people are trying to slash these issues out.
Yeah.
They've succeeded in doing some of these things. Attorney General need to open the lid on some of these national service scandal. Also, individuals involved. Then as a forum must be prosecuted. Sabaya Ghana for Akuba Betom, we have become a can. Opa my dollar medu 1 cedi. Opa my buying MOBia $1 million and 2 bia account. Now, if these people don't go to jail the next 4 years, people will punish the government for this.
Yeah.
You understand?
Sure.
And you see, it's a responsibility Ghana for are not ready to share. In the past, the basic pain. Because my car professor must buy and obey a menu and we need to ensure say Yamema Mokrono Krono Bia Kosubiano, we need to punish them. Say as deterrent going forward because elsewhere I've seen prominent politicians going to jail.
Yeah.
Prominent politicians going to jail. Some exerting power because of other stuff.
Yeah.
Like Hano and here for the prison. We need to begin to rewrite the political narrative here. Now, a time came, a certain group of criminals hijack our country. They use the minor resources to enrich themselves and buy cars for their girlfriends, resource their family members, and these are the things that happen to them. So it will be some kind of a print on our politics. We are young man now coming up, and also send a message to young people in this government and even the old people. I say, and Cocraphone deep bona bro, mutimche young. I send a message say, also are buying Wema, be guided because Sanema Kobonia, we will not come here and defend anybody. You know, say why you're born here, you also face the same consequences. You understand? So I think that narrative must be written bold in red ink. Say be obi abeti ase say governance enye avenue aye be enrich ye ho. But it's an avenue to serve poor, impoverished people who do not have opportunity. Oh, you've been fortunate enough to have access to university education. Some have traveled outside, have a taste of foreign education, exposure. You will see kakra. There are poor, marginalized people who never had an opportunity. I know people that were so. I had a friend. The gentleman was so smart and very intelligent. Say, "Oh, we are school there. No, when I didn't go school.
Oh,
on an am I know who to cry in life.
Oh.
But this is a guy I can attest. He was one of the smartest kids that I have come across in my life. But you see, so there are people near me been a deal munya.
Yeah.
And they might be even better than where some of you are today. And to win to me, these are the very people you look out for, fish them out, give them hope. Say it's not over. So when may say this opportunity, a government is there to provide you, assist you, and guide you to a different path. Now may because obi a man for be sure more room and standing as for you because of missed opportunities. So no have be a classmate be no you these are human beings. Those things will come. I know obi or kwan of us or face trouble obi na kwan. These are some of the things that government is there to do. Now we don't win kwanya now ba na me to estate me say oh but government japade na wo dey buy say na way. I think we need me and I make us say you see MPP have been very lucky. Because John Mahama seemed to appear to be a very gentle person.
Yeah.
Nanka ye mubi na me na president and there. Kamezenka and every anaju bi amanfo be bia na kotogo. I'm telling you. Because why who the eba?
Oh no, be na baka say jare.
Yeah, I think that we need to be very ruthless and very practical.
Yeah, I was gonna say
ruthless. I've always adored the Rollins style of leadership. Until Rollins has always been my destiny because I like that kind of way. Because I am convinced that human beings are very dangerous, especially with the Africans.
Yeah,
very dangerous group of people. But the very moment you begin showing those tendencies, they will take you for a fool. You need to prove to them, say, what that's around upon our bonfire. Next God, I am the president because he's coming at you.
Yeah.
You need to sit right and do things right. You understand? This is a hard message you will need to send out to people. Now, and then the many parts now are the right thing. Now you go near mama. People will always have their way, and it's the reason why for the past best 60 and counting years after independence, we are still here. Because people don't see their government exhibiting certain overriding force. Because what's your mind? The next thing you should fear your government, or you know that the government will come at you. It doesn't matter whether you're a minister or what. When we have that particular way, and we are situated that in our mind, that we will be guided. And people will not have the courage to go up and be defending some of this nonsense going on. Adubo ahewo edin bia ba omo emfa obia ho. So Asem bia kan onka. Attorney General has prepared a docket. He's going to court to face way, and we want speedy trial in this particular matter. And any subsequent issue be a we need to, multiple cases need to go to court because it's in Nema Akos Okroma ya. And for me, I've heard President say, cathedral your friend is saying, audit. That audit we need to speed it up. We are not just board of directors now. So I saw for no mudi resign nyina ka ho bi na ma ya create
resign na wo kwan mu nyina
resign wo kwan mu bia.
I'm saying odu kwa so no say kwan mu nyina no resign.
I'm telling you say these guys were coward because Asem we started here no me no nyame nyihwe nkyere yo ye kind we saw said that enterprise was a foolish enterprise. We sat here and we told them say enkosi aga amoka kire say ye abonsamfo nyame na ye bonsame ma na ye enti me no ha na nyame ma enkosi say and yet now we nyame nipa no hu sa na we ya. They aided and colluded with government to sink money when they know say young people today need to be trained in IT. People are sleeping on their floor and the people have kidney disease. How do we that money no cry? Mahama care here by Senka Kufado set up similar care and then can suffer on catch a president. I think we are there. Kidney disease na for young fans set fund be na young fan more man for asofo hunyansa and can we ankyere on the president. They aided him and I yatete board no more down no more salary among minimum kafu and I'm motor okay can say munu what I say
yeah
because omo bibidi oko bifia no pa breakfast o tie anim etimi ye school feeding nkra odidi wi abeba na numa kan se munu a kire Ghana for we need to be very very careful
ozo obi breakfast here there
school feeding odidi wi abeba ba na numa na Jesus yeah we need to be very careful in this country you see
innocent will not kill me
poor impoverished people out there. They need help. Now when I see people in their low, I become so way. I just want to elevate them, help people, bring them up. Now we also for now who way now young times he come from Kosi Cathedral this time when Okotamale and Kora Mayo who ya fair every tamale beda kumase sa oyekaya ye who see a Maya Nubia behind there may be death in the name of you see beauty, people with future behind Ebuano Obiano Obuano na ya sister Sikani Yesi Cathedral. There are young Ghanaians who are dying in UAE, Arab countries, Obi Lady or Egypt or see a locking. Your man be any new crana, ya a passport, or to me, all because of course of copy Bibia Babedi. Now yet here, or so for know all these things near Catcha Banza, Yensi Cathedral, in a Yankopon de Boniache, or more Dama, Yankopon the Wine Bonnie channel. Oh, yeah, but yeah, do know, we need to be very frontal. I am addressing issue, they making sure, say, say, central to what they are humanity. Everything be a and Yamena, yes, some no, central a humanity. Yeah. Anything be a human factor because another be a catcher, yeah, no more Christopher. I say, as I see today, I'm a patrio and I had Japan, say, I'm a more bodam. Nankopo Nimians and the Biguas as we so. Say, Nankopo bet me crazy to you. There is a reason why God brought us here to be good to one another. You understand that? Serve the purpose I ever for Feleha. I know she evidence I want to live 90 years. Yeah. There no crowd say as I see with some for soon is na dear who will be uncle and I no moment will believe. We blacks in some time I make us bottom. We need to focus. Now you make sure that near man you know benefit our fellow human being. We are sick and now estate baby. Now ma did me at the Kermel Cobana 2 and our next door neighbor at the Quine Hono and the Badan and now sooner the Obedi Crow. We said, will you be happy and say you are rich? No, you can't do that. So, this audit now, government needs to be very rooted. I know people will be coming up apologizing. So, I bind the check. Now, I'm prosecuting people in this cathedral. Then he will lose moral authority to prosecute anybody in this country. Okay. But I'm expecting that this cathedral thing will not go and scot free. People involved must be prosecuted. Do you know that they were not at the New York Times anymore? Not the New York Times anymore. Yes, they were ridiculing Ghana and say a town $58 million. Go to New York Times, America, and I could share a newspaper. I'll get you the copy. Oh, most say you Nimian Sababi, Rasia Duri. Yeah, the Sika, when people are investing in AI. Investing in robotics, Internet of Things, and then as a former, your position and craft your material taking the future that is coming by storm. No, you could see Cathedral, Yakofa, Adriano, or Mana. You see a bay, your friends say restaurant, a heavily Udibia. Rather, yeah, I think that in the past, I respecting the privacy, I respect your mom. Oh, I'm telling you.
Really?
Oh, yes. Because growing up, we were deceived every grey head.
Oh, by some I'm crying on my Jimmy. I want to your
classmate. I know we you can imagine.
Yeah, right, innocent. What's your worry me? Oh God.
We need to be careful.
All right, but so we are said that Chief Justice we know
and one other answer my bad, so I can we you see
okay.
Yes, your car constitution as a President Mahama Tukwan.
I did not minority for any other
because these guys are jokers. You see, constitutional interpretation your friend is saying time must always lead the way. You see, that provision in our constitution that says when the president travels, we need to sworn in somebody, no, a senseless.
I think it's Georgia. What time now?
Yeah, a judge interpreted it. Yeah, means you see, the entire sadness is answer. Okay, Kwame Nkrumah to Kwame. So that informed that the construction of that constitutional provision say when the president is outside the jurisdiction, or here will be about the name to know. That was the whole thing. Because at that time, no, not predictable. So we took two. Yeah. So as a vice president, let's hold there in the absence of the president, you know, won't even go to a minor money because of what happened to Kwame Nkrumah, and they informed me that provision. But technology in the exercise of the presidential powers, traveling to America, going to UN meeting, they are all part of core presidential functions. When he is there, it doesn't mean say we're free on Juma. For instance, Trump, your friends are Middle East, and 2 days ago, no Saudi Arabia, and no Qatar, whenever he's in air. Your friends, Air Force One or team, it's just an extension of the White House. Won't mean Trump who took Yansua in vice president, because the president is out there performing, functioning as president. So where na onye na juma baby okoro onko private way
in the capacity as the president.
So identity also obi in that colonial mentality one where obi betu no and away team baby there is a name and that is why the constitutional review committee some of these archaic provisions in our constitution we need to scrap them, and these are things lawyers should be doing. We are not lawyers, but look at how Yetimi espouse on this particular point irrelevant where we are today, and lawyers sit on TV and some of them talk nonsense. In some areas, this provision, because of where we are and because of technology, any major decision via president will make it, he doesn't need to be here, because there are Zoom, there are video conference calls available. You can always be in communication with the president. The president being out of the jurisdiction does not mean the only time I bet will be in is when the president is sick and on sick bed and is unable to his unconscious or something. You understand? But the president is out there functioning as president. We see him for being seen in Naimu because of what? Does it even make sense? And I think a president will be from Accra. I see it will be turning them to Accra. Does it even make sense? So for me, I think we are growing as a country. That old way of doing things, that rigid mode of thinking, you see, I've come to understand law. Constitutions are supposed to be a living documents reflecting the daily aspirations of people. And not necessarily a guide. Man in the past not relevant because the president needs to sit and do his work. We don't need to swear anybody in until something has happened. The president is still president out there performing his function. So this whole and the people will do press conference and say this. Say you impeach president because and these are lawyers. So why wouldn't they lose respect in this country? And because of politics and the emotions and they're driving the pan or they're not doing our kusuya, then they are saying bottom and okay cancel. If you do this, some of us will not respect you. To be very honest with you, because respect is a virtue you need to earn. And again, the same people, some are calling say Chief Justice try and now air corner. You know TV so now man for heavy.
I don't know why.
The person talking about this is an MP and I'm told he's a lawyer. When there is an explicit constitutional provision on this matter, say the hearing must be held in camera. The hearing must be where any documents be at the whole. A constitutional provision. The president cannot change it. Even the chief justice cannot change it. It must be heard in camera because of the sensitive nature of the job they do. Some may be deemed national security or whatever implications are. They cannot be televised on TV among for BTA. But whatever happens, the committee will inform the president about their decision, and then what will happen. You understand? So for me, I think that processes so far, President Mahama has been able to stay focused upon all the noise and everything that went on, because I wasn't expecting him to veer off or changing the mind that people will see you as somebody who is not your friends on top of Nema, while remaining resolute and focused. And I'm sure whatever be the outcome, our committee in the Bebano, he should walk through it and make sure so the committee in the case of Chief Justice they didn't find anything wrong na onye na juma on reinstating na say committee didn't find him back na say yes why bpia I know so he should go. It's as simple as that. So the minority should follow this issue clean, because say a balance of president can say petition she they will not hold press conference. But the very moment you go the other way,
they will hold press conference.
It tells you how unwitty these people are. You understand?
All right.
So for me, I think so far so good. Nobody can say any due process may have been breached. The president is in line with the constitution. Every single provision as espoused under Article 146 is being followed through. The president has not veered off. He's in line, and the team should look at the petition dispassionately, delve deeper if there is any act of criminality on her part, anything that compromises on integrity in the discharge of her duty, the woman must go. But my cat was a men may or no come and resign because you are working for people, they say they don't want you. What is the point fighting this thing? Because you are not working for yourself. But and only know why they are fighting and the MPP fighting for her. So for me, I think that her presence alone will kill confidence in the judiciary because of what has happened in recent time. Because the purpose that she was supposed to serve in one fan serve. Ofri said she was so special, so untouchable to the sense that she can do whatever, and then she need to dance to the music. I know that they know there is no makeup patch on and because I'm not sure President Mahama will be willing to listen to makeup patch on and for them. Let us go through the process, and this woman must get home. Nagana for who say you sanitize your institution. From there, the bars no call your friend saying easy.
Electoral Commission.
Oh yes, from here I can assure you confidently that the bus is moving to the Electoral Commission. Now what bizarre why people are not calling for your friend saying the Auditor General to go.
Yeah.
So it's not as if the president is going after and the government is going after people appointed by
Boadu.
No. The Auditor General is there. What is the But why this individual? Because of a near more money to hurt the people of this country. And Ghanaians are bringing petition. Now Jean Mensah then the petition. I'm saying bag. Oh yes. A bag. Mammy, sure, sir. The men's petition in the bag. It's my year bag.
My bag. That's all no work. It is finished. That's
Nadia will be dirty and very embarrassing than with the
Chief Justice.
So I think she will do herself on our team. She should just resign and
go. So on mine no a year. Yen nyina ne ho toyen sabe na no video bi a me hwe ya baba wa bi a no to kofo gallon yellow gallon bi anwa ekọ ya kodu 1200 na o se afedu o se wo kwa akoto aye se wo se 650 baby kwa to no 620 Ghana cedis me ba cho all koto no ye mi sane the party card ne ehia ne sa me to anwa ye mi sa wo se wo firi he ana wo don party bay ne agina so aton ama wo enti eto da bia dede aye ne nkomo aye die aye ne abra ye pesa ne ma toto na akwa mu no nya se bia dede ne ye ne kwa na mom ye dede ne se ne be ya Ghana no eye yi a ebe benefit mi no mienu nyina me ye ho atoyen se ukoto fuela medical catch ye misa party card ansa ne aton ama wo na ke ye bisa nka wasa ye bisa MPP fo na omo do omo party card ba ya se mo beto no 15 because mo hu ne say 15 no ye normal chain 1275 na ye to ne sisi ya no eti na mukoko apaya mo hu dia mo nya mo ho a mo se dia 120 days of bitterness and dia akasa bebre 120 days ade papa bi amfiri mu amba se dia mo kan ba nyame ayadoma ma dollar free 15 say 17 aba bedru 12.5 eno no enya de papa eye bitterness mamo because monoma de nkyira mo se e was so mind for ne ye bre da bia mo pesa mo ye under suppress chase yan kwa hu hiam wonya sika aseboti afra ba hwem na sika na ekọ because sika no ni value oto ade ba ko mienu miensa na sika na yera asa ya hyeda abokro no wutimi kuta sika no wa bisa say na sika mi to da ba sika na asa because enyama bo akosoro hwinhwinhwi mama woto ade mienu miensa sika be 2000 3000 na asa adwuma ya fra wa Ghana nyina katua ye dead on arrival sika bia Ghana ni bia agi wo kroma bia ye dead on arrival because sika no ebedru wo mo nsam no kwa no abobosia enti eto mu na ase wudi kotuatuaka eti se sika na ye di ni nya value na woto ade ba ko mienu miensa nan na wutimi nya bi kwa sevia enya no na MPP force wo mo pe na wo mo pese ne anka dollar no na ni abra no wo ye Usain Bolt ena mo kwa 17 18 kasabra da 20 na fa ma kuma to mo ya because wo mo dollars no ehwe mo pass wo mo dem wo mo gold no e wo mo dem e wo mo pass eti da mo na ye sidi no awode kofom no samra no mo nyom ho samra no mo nyom sika eti dede na ekoso no you should understand where they are coming from ama pack dollars ni gudem ana ma pack gold no so e dey gudem se wo mo hu do mo fa dollar ne nye e no mo hu ba bi o me fa me ton gold no enra operation na gold board and national security e kabo mo eye no me ka asem bi a kire wo ho When was the last time 8 solid years under the watch of Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ne Kandapa no ye national security minister on the minister Mua ye share that creative ministerial e the national security and the Kandapa akoto ano ade o ye timi de bua Ghana fo an say wadane ne ho change your style model and no model wa camera na abaya no change your style no change the style national security minister Mami your pajamas no amagana for ababa we wear the pajamas adia Kandapa be ya de bua Ghana national security and amaka kire wi. When was the last time I what say national security for akoye operation o ma be ma Ghana for hu de ekoso hwe enya de bia na national security ka kire o man eno e wo se etiase. But some of the issues ebema ye ni ada ho ebema ye wo ba bia oman no ye nyina ye ni hwe ha enti e wo se ye nyina ye aboa so oman no security be gira ba bia e wo se ye nyina ye ko one direction. Some of the informations no e wo se bama Ghana for hu direction aye wom. But the American what to want to say any information beyond the what's the national security the babonten and what tears you want tears you sanity because information if you catch now crowd will be brim over talk room over cast will be woo any that's one man in charge and woman so it's under control. But yet to make your operation be yeah now you want media money yet to meet Udi so operation there oh mama Ghana for nwa se obi ban me mpo na se oye saa niema ni bia metimi aye den abeyi national security and that's supposed to fast today dia o maka kire ya ne say if you see something say something. What was the something that when we see it we have to come and say the something and no and I'm sure that I'm going to say terrorists say terrorists for abembeye because I'm not Guinea for any abre tiesi krom I'm not Mali for any abre and Burkina Faso any abre Gabon and Niger and I'm your man say yenyina no so nka bibi enti operation and kasa na fire ya ho na ekwa no any sika na national security gie no because won say na sika na ekwa hen yeah, the camera to Swagana for baby science says can wahi. It will take somebody who have integrity like DCOP Abdul Razak, our national security coordinator, our transparent, I was say, ya kwa yo operation near our see a Magana for one somewhere more. I was see a more Richard Japa, Jomudi can kwaya wo. Pakwasi area honom no wamo Ghana for nyina wo operation no echa sika wamo eje ye information bia na se fota so mo de maye no mo Ghana 40. That's the leadership under DCOP Abdul Razak or your national security coordinator or integrity and your no kwafo say onyo bia oyekata asese ni muamuaso where operation and na gold board and national security for ye na me kasa asem we aba be siasem so na fa wo betia say the reason why ya ene osoro nketenkete no wo so na no mo ye dede wo mo sisi ya so mo mpese ya so be kwa didi wo mo mpese ya be fa ye ho adwene ne yatimi atena se ne ya plan ye ho dede no mo ye ni nyina na me kire wase wey ayabaso body kese e was ya de ma DCOP Abdul Razak national security coordinator niama bi so aya tikasia acha se ekuta adwen kasia san wom acha se abranti acha se wogina ne na so same jamfisi wo animal gold board anya da bia ne be kwa one way say ye ka negativity se positive ba e was no so ye ka enti wey ye djuma kasia national security fo aya e was ye bo wo maba so. Now listen, adia we ya gold board for any national security aye no wonim impact e dey ma your economy no gold board na nkasa na ba ya ama na NPP for tena wo ntena no tinimu po atachire nyina ne se be ma sidi na nya woden. That's it because kane no obia no de gold wudwa wa Ghana ha bia no atam ni gold asabo kina no de be for obekwa akoton anu afa no de ko Kodi vu aboda no so no betam no de be kwa no atam no de ko no akoton wo mo no mo connections e wa bam se airport a wo mutimi de fa airport no mo de fa VVIP lodge no mo de wuram wo ho no ma smuggle out of country Ghana no ma kwa koton sika na wo menya no e ma ma animu na akogwo mbotom ebinu ma akwa ma create account e wa abrochire God na yetu wa Ghana hana enkofo to galamse saya sase sensuo no makacho da bia this is something I've been saying every day enye news mawo aya asema makacho da bia say de entia me meti galamse na me buafu ne say yetu galamse ne saya sase ne sensuo ne wia God no kura no nya de aban nya wo faso me no mienu ayeti memofo no ye nya so faso o na mom ensunsan so boni na ewom no eno na ye nya na kwabrani atam gold no de kwamo na ne no akoton ontua tax wasaya sase na gya ne ho wasaya nsuo no wagya ne ho enti sa god board we baaye no esu ni kikamu ana NPP fo kikam nyina ne se wo mo na no mo ye galamse kempes no wo mo na no mo se nsuo sase no mo wi o matam gold ni dia fa suma se no ma kwa akoton aban ni nya ho sika. To the stand they say, won to me no galamse campaign. Nana do na mo direct beneficiary of galamse no. No ada PRO e dia ma galamse company. And akwanta man say nya kwa galamse. And at the end of the day, our mind no first was yenya no yenya. Now sa operation way ebaba obia why na je so person smuggle gold any free Ghana ha ever yesterday because this COP Abdul Razak or here wanyamre wa be rough na or shit. What the first row over kwakoto no ho. What the first asia say over to no ho. O fa baby obefa bia Abdul Razak ube hia no ho. Enti obia wa God one them no. Wo pa yipie na former God board for no montoma. Wa dollar egu dem no. Sha asia sisa na wa hwe ya madam bra one ya o dollar no ebeba be esidio because ejuma gold board obe ya dia boa Ghana economy no e wase wote wo ho asese ensesa ba change na ya ka ho asem no the change has come and it has come to stay, nothing more nothing less. Eti kanena national security be operation ya dia wo fi awonte ya wo media mu ne dia wo bete yesi ya ko fasika bebrebe bi ya yesi ya wonte ho asem sika no ma chadi naka ajumbone wo bi tiri mu amenya so ase the camera beto so because we aya the camera to see Ghana fo ahudie wom sika we e wase akọ Bank of Ghana. So I was here didn't radiama no so I remember from all indications no want to me boom raso because gold board of function say ya wo de baye no date no apa ho it was smuggle gold e dey free Ghana ha akọ he send say wunti and you see enkrofo ye illegality sa and abaye normal aye anya hwe Ghana de sa Ghana enti we are finding it difficult to embrace the change. We are finding it difficult to embrace the change. And nothing na obi ti say me dwenwa na me say neti press conferences ya enkrofo ya omo sorry omo ye omo ya press conference na mana kwa akosi say yenjai man kwafomfa god no enye de wo mo pe yes ya sase no esensuo no man na yenya so mfaso na ya sai agya yenka na enipa ba akomienu individuals emom enya wo mo hotam na man na ebre eya adwempo time NPP fo tirim wo ma dwuro mo de nam no wo mo ye individuals no even who rap party ni mu kra mo say kra discriminate. Wonya fashion we ni a God no ntubi wonya asoma se company a wo God no wo ma ho enti within wo mo ankasa kra no a wo mo from ho galamse campus no kra no wo mo say kra discriminate enti wo mo won sa ade na 10 no they are finding it difficult to accept such change no abaso body a esefota bia wo ye Ghana ni na no pay ya wo kwa nkoto dwani ma no abobia ma president Mahama se nyame mba na hoden no abobia ma same jamfi se nyintire mu adwena kese no nyame fa bi nka ho Nama Bompaya ma DCOP Abdul Razak. Our national security coordinator say, Nyamema chasa adwene na woni tiri mu a o your operation a wa tumi sa operation mu promise. NPP for na make kasem bi nkyere mo. Samene mu a enka me relax na ma rese dia mamuo ne ko. Baga na for me twem adwene si bibi so. Na mati bibi ase. And no, me who operation when I some about me trim ne say. Afenyo na Matia said the reason why mini micro minority for now your margin say be distracted Ghana for be shift ya drain dia ko baby. Tie. Time president Mahama Shah say also yeso ani in we your Shah say oh you ministers. Scandals ne Shah say APP. Scandals no me enye news ma me maka chiro dada. Sky train makasa Pualugu Dam makasa National Cathedral yakasa in fact enokra kan wo bi eniama ye gira so to abetia NPP or krono adubu ahindie na hye suma se kan oforiata ne SML na hye ho ECG containers now so scandals na ye kan wasem no it was there already. So don't be deceived. And people for sure says why I'm be distracted because anyama na piepie no egu omani mase. Mame kwa mano so kwadi nkomo bita o me ba ye beto aso. Kwa me nka wa homa no so. Head of media relations our God board. Kwa me good morning.
Yaa Titi good morning. Na bibia bokodi.
Ya me adom bako mumbo ni adwuma. You wouldn't say any age, near was a change now. You can't watch them. No, indeed, the change has come. And no operation, no, what saying a sign they're saying.
Okay, operation is not cost one. Now we are not a cost, but a
all right.
The Dicano, yeah, once and triple share with the once them ever 2 guard down. Like you say, India from Rantia and Sebia, Umudi, Sikakoko, Sumati, Gadi, and Ghana had say no. Yetwi etwomo na no na yetwomo ebra na yenyan she eda na yehwe animu say foreigners ebe exited the local gold trading market.
Okay.
And for that reason no ye do mo court ye di obasem no and I been dream we hu say no 10 years yaba no and am so ma ya arrest mo at the time na insist say foreigners exit the local market. No?
Yeah.
I think that the best thing to do for them is say you be deport to them and after you be boom that's right. It is for the first 3 years. I mean you be want to see a boom but miense ya nanu ya when you know enu kumase e ono mudiga meanwhile ya bokoko ya dey one in sahodo I mean, news are what do I for one casam for Munia, India, for ya, Yachumo. What would the Empu and no Marcotina and you never have baby, and that one more cargo to Tapoko, and you're free a year Ghana to be home. Now, Wadro Yasano, and that, or don't for a year to 3, and I get us out to 3 years, and once a month, it's 2 and more upward wow. It's Sabra Yadomono, you don't know court.
Okay.
But yen is to say, Yamakacho here to say,
all right.
You go,
where do you prosecute them?
Where would dear say that the cat will got them on the call with them?
All right.
Not necessary, father, and the combat yet you know, and no money be a you who are more. Yes, you can come into being fat, Sika, not a bobin.
That's fine. That's fine.
You know, yeah, they come at road. Me ya sure some mo cameras no ho mutu bibia sika kokko pudu nketua nya kese pa na yehu omo ho and after so Ghana sika yi bi bag the mark say come and egu omo ho na say counting machine ne documents ahodo ese sa esumasi jeya mo muje it go no Okomo 12 minus one. Then come up for bonus for every memo, a cool memo. Tano moya. And into the gold board is this another Breya base. A2 and another big one. A6 and Hokon. A3 to Chrono.
All right.
It's that you issue caution says when you're foreigner, you don't have any role to play in the local gold trading market. They kind of all the foreigners will be able to appreciate what I'm saying. If you're a foreigner, you have no role to play within the local gold trading market space. You need to exit out of the 30th of April now, and you this deadline to buy. So at this time, we don't expect any foreigner to even go and buy from a miner. And do your miner now with them here. The Brony Coco be bound sense of war about the process of to walk by your clothes and after your sinwa, your batu. The way your miner now with them, Mrs. Sudia, Brony Coco, and also beer, where your man friend you walk. I won't be them. Then again said, well, about the process of to walk. Your dinner, your batu. It's the Sadiano. Ghana needs the answer with him. A queen and Gusu, I issue license. I would walk. If you want the license, BBR, and then the member of after one hour with me, and you go to my Ghana. There was aggregator license, there was self financing aggregator license, there was buyer license year 1, and a buyer license year 2. Kai said, your bomb in alcohol process. By 21st of May, that license issuance, no, abandon year.
Okay.
Do you Ghana near? Forget to concern.
Oh, too bad. I want here me pa mo fra kwa me back and mammy. Say be ya Ghana near wo person would go to hu dwa but you bet ye date no wa hye so. Ye na Ghana na asase ne ye de God ne ye de. It is any papa mu over the years our system na ya practice ya am frafo ne na beba for gold no mo de akwa ne yete ya ne yedi hia ne ya ne nam abrofo na nkasa so ne ya se sire wo musika no hey we ya Ghana ni na person would gold hu dwa this is a time I was we go through process now with your license now we did journey be as I said I will call western region other areas I call crash for now or Torkonu the same thing. So at the end of the day, I know na makoko board. Etiminya enyina so anu amobo man no economy echidom until say kwafoi ebe say no 8 years akoko board no ombo kwa da for the first time. Koko board aboka Emma even koko ye produce kwa yetimi produce because asase na o masai na tutu koko na to agu ade to gold no kwa sa akodi amanfrafo ho China for India. One your problem. Eti yen na asase ne ye de na ye mfa so no. Anka yen na was ye de won fa so no. Ye mom ye bre. You see the whole thing doesn't make sense. Say ya tie mamu na nyame ama ye japade. Na ya si da bi japade no. Ya kasa ye ma obi foforo mfiri ni man so. No wa metu. Obetu a no ama ye ketua bi no de aka ne kɔ ne krom wei nyansa be mpa ne wo and over the years ya practice our system wey so for once na ya person change ba no once people are not trying to accept change na ya can was change is very difficult to accept. That one I must be frank with you. Ya ka change the pass yes sabibi na obi bate ne wan sese ampa san sese we ya yes sese ma menyuntum eden ma menya analysis bi nkyerɛw NPP for start ya wo mu hu se scandals in sha se pie pe ana mo sha se so on be press conference. Now remember time ye declare Kanoforiata fugitive say what just what in one kawura OSP so no what they now to wanted list so amateur says scandal say pie ana nabi now no ni din ka kro no ade ho aye ne ho wiemu kwa ye wieye gift you aware national service scandal kese nsamanfo gisika na ati asefo akomde wo mo ana mo sha say so mo de press conference a political witch hunt na kwanya ya de Kanoforiata fa so no enya papa enya na Kanoforiata onjane ye ana mo de sa press conference no be fam just to distract the system yan distract Ghana for adwen omo ya no omo say answer CD pe me the wolf call baby enti me patcho and was so follow me omo ya no omo say answer CD omo say ade ye ya Attorney General, chance say warrior press conference ade bin si da say attorney general investigation no one ma Ghana for my money nyina ho ba investigations na duru na afa ho na obeti expert me ya lawyer wan e na me wan media chese lawyer for no ma bo mo ho mrane ade attorney general ye ne nya say warrior investigation no nya find this I go to court e na de kika sembebre me wa ye Ghana for no ye ne je ade adom ne kanya na ye ne ho eti mo problem ne sen yeah, na yedi adwuma ama no President Mahama and wapo ni bia ma ye ne and yakacha ye de say ya ho sankrofo bia bokro no baby obey investigation say duru bia me yente na obaboya mane a enkrofo ye ti kwa pai to mo nti bi da ye yente ase eno so press conference no mo dia be wom e ho no mo suma ntim fodwo Amobedi and Troka Kraka and the two system no say and a can be by airport na a cargo plane be wabesi yana one night and until for you so I shuffle. That's self acclaimed pastor. And didn't try and try to miss a way dear and trouble promise. Yeah, beside I say I've heard you say a suspicion. Suspicion, but until for you to me hold you or mining you now to ransom say. Continuously for 2 solid weeks. No be a discussing team for your cake as some aquaka. Not Dominica Sama or Kayama Yawu Chrono levels now one more bono. I feel now I to set Ghana for refi. Now attention according to for John Troda wording also. Amoya no more no so antentam. Dollar no ever form as a senior near Merco no air cost smooth. And almost I say no Chief Justice. I've had your mum and no mother babysitter. Ediama Chief Justice, woman Tiasia said Ghana need the petition akoma president to say. Chief Justice, I am a bonnet, why am say, and ya no qua, and Marano cry your noa casana or Ramrano sono, where Tiatia Marano so, Edward Mansika, Echa ticket Amanukunu, and then a mammy, as Edward Mansika, one per diem. Nayami son say, Nekunu, and then a mano, Sabe, Ghana for maybe so, what to quiet, Yana was your mom per diem. And our Chief Justice no money ready. Our minor making provisions for Chief Justice family. It's ya then on minor and Mrana was with this no as Chief Justice also buso. And I'm sorry, and I'm sure I said the Chief Justice Yajinamu and I serve the judiciary. Serve the judiciary room. We dead they will crumb her and I just say and diverted the whole nation attention. And I'm going to pay demonstration best see more antentam. Afa amani ba mo hoso no na dollar na do 12 wo mu hu do mo nyom ho eti we probably na aka wo mo person mo cause distraction na every day bia na wo mo press conference no strategy. Let me tell NDC government say you should know NPP by now strategy. These people are some opposition they are best in propagating propaganda. You should know these people by now. Omo say anwa fa na omo kwafa asabe jemfidie be shame. Na kanya samwa obi nka nkire yen say enti MPP for money dollars omo chama nkrofo da. Ye. Wo money dollar wo mo dem. Omo chama nkrofo. Enti kasame jemfi asem we. Eya asem banya ehu, but you see omo wura mu manipulate and this nkrofo na bi. And I'm escalate here. So a deliberate, a strategy. NDC government should know these people by now. MPP, they are good in propaganda. Kwame, what's the maker?
Yeah, me don't.
Baby, I would do ya now. We hear me pana humanity. Ghana for yana kasasini ya dia God in ya dia. Eti awasi ama Ghana for who process o meti mi afa so bi person odi hu dwa. Na wo ka date bi hu ase bacho e wo hia me pa.
Na me ka yemi anum Ghana for nyina se akwenya wo ho se obi abetima ba be license e dey free so.
Okay.
If the the only way a bit mama that ability to say with me any gold who got a woman. Yes, say deadline set by the 21st of May. When you the license in the end, won't me indiga or Ghana, however, uncrata license. And yet, you told you and Yambrano and Ubiku.
Okay.
It's Sabra Yakan Ghana for the Donana. Never my foreigners in India. India former and say, ya two, another India former and ye chu omuyi SCCDA said no foreigner have any role to play within the local gold trading market.
Okay.
There was someone that said, you told them, brand new beginning, no. So you just need to exit. That's all. When you find a year pass or said the mayor, you see a cocoa, young cassa, nano, a bomb by an abedry as one. You bet when you're so fast, dear, and that one of my gun, I think after my day. I was waiting a year. Now, say, I'm sure you think I some no, I saw here.
Sure.
Every man and a woman is war. And she needs the idea about my moa. So just imagine, say, you think a cocoa, year 2 or year memory. You can maximize your national benefits. Just imagine near bit Wayama or my Ghana, and your dream amount will be there for my Ghana. Then my idea is from your particular say, Ghana Hano, your Brawa, and Ghana Nibia say, you're better nothing. Thousand of Obia, one year Ghana near Ghana, I say, no, so, and Brano, so, what's up here? So, send your way, your member, what's a moment and after all. Go by your memoir, your wombra, play by the rules.
That's all. Enti bacho si date no so maye bia Ghana ni password to gold no na onya license and the date ni here deadline here da bay.
Deadline here 21st May.
21st May.
Good. Also you need catch a previous deadline.
Okay.
It you know and yeah kasa funu say no. Yes and twimu bio.
Okay.
Eti ya twim and the about 21st May. You can na no you say can bio. Then ni bia into an amount of license.
Okay. Kwame Mame Nase. Kwame Nkaya, head of communication at the God board, and I would say 7 in the dim commodon. No matter the noise you make, the law is the law. Emrani Yamra, Ramamika Binchro. Brace in our President Mahama lining the app, no, they can't afford to disappoint young Ghana fool. They can't disappoint us. Intimate siasa o mine and near masses change na ya kan wasam nya se bia na ye de keke for change o e was system no esesa e was a fixed system no na system no sesa ye Ghana for agem ameka bibi ncho wo kwa abrochira enye so omu ni mumra so di chen yin enye so omu ye omadwene ye adwuma chen yin wo omu bodam kwa chen yin bibifo no. But yeah, before your problem, your systems, you know, our systems are weak. The systems are not working. So systems, you know, ain't me for so yam ya journey ya juma. Ya wamrao, I actually got and he say, Wutu mura to abontia, I was thank you chu near fine. But because I'm running ya jumenti. Once I will feature one, I will real go. Once I wama hobon. But senka system ni ya juma na echo na ebo kan kabe jai. Until you can't change, it's not easy to somebody so obey embrace change. Until at two force the juma ye, and some major video no dia ka ho no, e tipaya Emma or strong keten until was some tiasie. Make catch the NDC government say, Mumma Moni na ho. NPP is good at opposition, propagating propaganda. You should know them by now. NPP kwatro opposition obetimi aye dede wo wiase nyina aka entro no omutimi package wo etro pa ya package ada wa beka se anokure nie eti wo ntro na ntim for your package ye no package no man yet it will take somebody who have deep mind to make a critical and analyze issues say na abanya koke hu dwade e ya no no asanche koke. Because time team for job at this antro no. Na baya chi cocaine. Acha sa ankofo no kwa yedu amokwa court. As one will send you to packaging and trono. Ama trono chane wa at last minute. I see a suspicion. Now what might be a serious on. Na card na kotun se wam kakra es osori no pa bia no atwa drama no. No wa wow. Say the machines in quite great sector, but when you probably send man a second or do you not in some checha or better. They are good with propaganda, some opposition. Obedi try one said your machines, you know, or when your margins on very for now because full of work from the dollar no eba from the woman in Yahu. MPP doesn't want the progress of this country. Say you want Chile and watch see and no more pay. Na Kenya sa ayen day na dollar that more than 15 Now tia be do 12 mosi mu kokwa pai mo ti bi da afedia eno na ya papa no wa mo to aso mo na mo lay foundation abraya ya gold for oil wo krom ha Dr. Baumia de kwaya campaign say wa ya gold for oil na me pa chofu wo ye to ne sen ye kwaya gold for oil no na fu wo no ye to na he eti wo gold no emfaso ebetimi di abre yen Ghana fo mo ma ye hye bibi nso president ma kwaya gold for oil o what will set up na ya omaye no fa God no bra ya be kwa akoton ya de wodwa so ye wi sika no be ba he ya e simple we e ya dwen e nyansa wo hia betire ti se na bi abati akese na nani abre oh go the street enye kasa e ya dwen brain all this one na God no e dia frusani wo krom ha China for ebe say asase sensuo wi a no matam God no no mo de ko sika na bi nka ha o tax ekro ntua bi because almost swagade no one India fa na ye chi wo mo no bisa ho se ehina na kom de God no fa it's eye ade a wo ma ya nti o ma hunu say normal oh process we yana that gina for the past years ye fa so de God no e fa mfikire ne de akone akoton ne anya sika enye business as usual biem say hadika one people for so amodo mo nane say God na wa mo say asase galam say no mo tuye no God no mo nya ba bi o mo de be fa biem dollar no ma paki agu dam a ebia piepie wardrobe ho a aya ma wa pepe so no dollar no ama wo say afre de anwe so manfa so biem yes because Ghana ha ye di city na so yo obi a wa dwempam o manya eye de na obi man so sika die eye wo de chen wa wo kuro mu sika ni apaki siga na gudam eti dollar na drop no eye nkrofo ya eti ma ye mfa kwan bia eti same je futimi so matete na ede ne be ka for brantie ho a ebe ma ne din asai ede ne be ya brantie pa ye beti he ye nyame hira no ho na wa hira no untimi nye foko na wo ka sa president Mahamud te sada Kufuado ho a wo hu adwene aye adwuma obeja adwene ne se nko mo na mo ja alliance ala nko mo mpe na adwene na eso na eda ne tirim no mo se mo mpe awmo no mo nim de buachi aja akom ne Professor Frempom Boaten mu a Professor Frempom Boaten kwa abrochire kwahwe oduru wa yensi ni famo NPP fo ato na twene because he amoma yomu ni pa bia utirim adwenso kakra bi omo mpew omo po omo abadwene wuo na wo metimi ampokro no omo kro no adwene omo wo criminal mind eno no omo brain e di bokro no eno no munim eti sa wo nyansa ne ya positive nyansa kakra bi pe na no amanya problem eti ko NPP mu champagne form wo party ni mu a kane no na wo bo NPP na ya attractive because of sampanyfo no ye yi obu nyina sinchen ene de wontumi mu abedi anim ye de nanabi mu adi anim ye de John Boadu mu adi anim enti wo de wa ahwe enka NPP abraboni NPP ka abraboni mame ka bibi nchira Ghana for na mo fa phone line into TV no so ne ye be kontem hwa system no sesa momi nyina yante ye ho asesa system no sesa na nipa osefata se ebone ho ban na obo adwuma de Ghana for eye President John Dramani Mahama ene her excellency Professor Jena no Opoku Agyemang ene appointees a president appoint wo mo no yamon paye se nyankopom mo nyansa because oman no modwu a ye nyina ne ho beto yen se ukotofu wala etewosan se nyame ya do kira Friday ikura no yesefu wa besa tia bafom nyame ya dom na fo wotia timi bedru be 10 sidia me ba cho wo ye trotro driver won service ka enfa no party kala wo ye Uber driver what service ka wo ye taxi driver what service ka Okada riders a service ka enye party kala asem eyo man asem ye mo man ni kan hia yen nyenya partisan politics no ya no de krone say no manage because krone say no mo as individuals no mo ye yie galamso ayefa na etu want to me kedianfu a any why Charles Bisi umo John Boadu mo why NPP executives wo mo na no mo tu galamse etu galamso o boa betimi nyai da obia ni wa ya against mining, but responsible mining is what we are all preaching for. Because God, you know, and on the game changer, but me so my way economy. The agri sector is a game changer. But me society economy. Na yentimi nka se God no betimi asesa yenti no yenkose yasase no ne poison nsuo no abra yenim se yebetimi aye responsible mining. Nobody is against mining in this country, including the president. We are against illegal mining. Cyanide ni mercury ni lead you tugu nsuom tugu asase so no eno de honorable amabu a ochewa wobedam is your say what say we are this in our person mining. Go through the process and do proper mining. Okoya galam say me tia meba bebodi meba bebomudi mo so ya chimwa na mo the national executives din na mo no mo betum hofo mo ya chimwa ana me chairman ya chiwa ana secretary mo amodi national executive ni din nam ya chiwa na mo bubo mu din no mo tum hofo because they say national executive na kasa kwati ase say mo bo mu din na so mo nim mo enye obi ana soma mo ya chiwa mo bedam eye simple kroni ye yi a ye nyina na ye ho beto ye enye party color